Parotid gland is a pyramidal shaped gland. Parotid gland is a pyramidal shaped gland. Apex faces downwards. Apex faces downwards. Apex faces downwards. Then base faces above. Base faces above. Okay. See here is the apex, and this one is a base. Okay. Next, it consists of surfaces. It consists of three surfaces. Consists of three surfaces. Number one, superficial surface. Is the superficial surface. Superficial surface. Next, anteromedial surface. Anteromedial. See here, this surface is a superficial surface, and this one is a anteromedial surface. Next, posteromedial surface. Anteromedial surface, posteromedial surface. Three surfaces: superficial surface, anteromedial surface, posteromedial surface. Then come to the borders: anterior border, posterior border, medial border. Anterior border, posterior border, and medial border. Okay. Next, parotid gland is covered by the two capsules. Parotid gland is covered by the two capsules. Number one, true capsule. True. Number one, true capsule. And number two, false capsule. Number one, true capsule. And number two, false capsule. So true capsule is formed by the condensation of glandular stroma. Condensation of glandular stroma. Glandular stroma. Condensation of glandular stroma. That is a true capsule. Next, false capsule is formed by the investing layer of deep cervical fascia. Investing layer of deep cervical fascia. Okay. Next, come to the relations. First, apex relation. Apex is related with the anterior and posterior divisions of retromandibular vein. Anterior and posterior divisions of retromandibular vein. Retromandibular vein, apex. Next, base is related with the base. Base is related with the here. The base, यहाँ से यहाँ तक base है. Okay, so base is related with the external acoustic meatus. Next, auriculotemporal nerve. Next, superficial temporal vessels. Superficial temporal vessels. Superficial temporal vessels. Are you getting? Next, surfaces relation. Surface law. First, superficial surface. Superficial surface related with the skin. Superficial fascia. Skin. Superficial fascia. Investing layer of deep cervical fascia. Investing layer of deep cervical fascia. Are you getting? Next, anteromedial surface related. Anteromedial surface related with the number one, masseter muscle. Masseter. Number one, masseter muscle. Number two, posterior border of ramus of the mandible. Posterior border of ramus of the mandible. Next, medial pterygoid muscle. Medial pterygoid muscle. Next, superior constrictor muscle. Superior constrictor muscle. Are you getting? Posteromedial surface relations. Posteromedial surface relations. तो पोस्टीरियर ये पूरा लिखना है. Posteromedial surface relation. Number one, superior constrictor. Number one, superior constrictor. And number two, internal carotid artery. Internal carotid artery. Next, 9, 10, 11, 12 nerves. Cranial nerves. What is the ninth nerve? Name the ninth nerve. What's that? Glass of Argent. What is the 10th nerve? 11th nerve? Accessory nerve. 12th nerve? Glass of Argent. Hypoglossal. 12th one is a hypoglossal. 9th one is a glass of Argent. 9th one is a glass of Argent. 10th one is a vagus. 11th one is a axillary. 12th one is a hypoglossal nerve. So nerves and relations. Okay. Next, styloid operators relation. Styloid operators. So styloid operators 2 marks question. Write down the styloid operators 2 marks. So styloid operators means 3 muscles. Number one, 3 muscles attaches to the styloid process. Number one, styloglossus. 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 And the styloid నుంచి start అయ్యి glossus means tongue వరకు extend అవుతుంది. That muscle we called as styloglossus. Number two, stylopharyngeus. Styloid లో start అయ్యి pharynx వరకు run అవుతాయి. Stylopharyngeus. This stylopharyngeus. కనిపిస్తుందా? styloid నుంచి pharynx run అవుతుంది. Stylopharyngeus. Okay, next, stylohyoid. Next, stylohyoid. Stylohyoid. Next, ligaments. ligaments. Number one, stylomandibular ligament, stylomandibular ligament, stylophalangeus ligament. So these are the ligaments attaches to the styloid process. And ఎట్లా అడుగుతారంటే styloid process అనే సెట్ మార్క్స్ అందులో ఇది రాయాలి. ఓకేనా? నెక్స్ట్ సర్ఫేస్ అయిపోయినాయి కదా. బార్డర్స్, anterior border first. Anterior border. Anterior border separates the anterior border separates the anteromedial surface, anteromedial surface and superficial surface. Superficial surface. Next, it is related with the anterior border related with the anterior border related with the. See here, number one, temporal branch of the facial nerve. Number one, temporal branch of the facial nerve. And number two, zygomatic nerve. Zygomatic branch of the facial nerve, right? Zygomatic branch of facial nerve. Next, see here, transverse facial artery. Transverse facial artery. Next, upper buccal nerve. Upper buccal nerve. Next, parotid duct. Parotid duct. Next, lower buccal nerve, marginal mandibular nerve, and cervical branch of facial nerve. मतलब पूरा फेशियल नर्व का ब्रांचेस पूरा इधर रिलेशन दिखना है. तुम ज्यादा बकवास मत करो, पूरा ब्रांचेस लिखना है. T for temporal, Z zygomatic, D buccal, M marginal mandibular, C cervical. ये पूरा लिखना है. फेशियल नर्व का ब्रांचेस है ना, 5 ब्रांचेस ఉన్నాయి కదా फेशियल नर्व లో. అవన్నీ anterior border relation లో రాయాలి. అందుకని నెక్స్ట్ posterior border relation. Posterior border relation. The posterior border is related with the posterior auricular artery and posterior auricular nerve. Posterior auricular artery and posterior auricular nerve. Next, structures present in the substance of the parotid gland. Structures present in the substance of parotid gland. Here structures may see here. Number one, external carotid artery. External carotid artery, number one. And number two, retromandibular vein. Retromandibular vein and facial nerve. facial nerve. So facial nerve, after coming out from the stylomastoid foramina, it is enters into the substance of the parotid gland. It divides into two: temporofacial and cervicofacial. So temporofacial again divides into three branches. Number one is the temporal branch. Number two is the zygomatic branch. Number three is the buccal branch. So buccal branch divides into two, gives the upper buccal and lower buccal. Are you getting? Next, important is the cervicofacial. So cervicofacial divided into two branches: marginal mandibular branch and cervical branch. Are you getting? So ఇవన్నీ కూడా సబ్స్టెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ద పెరిటెడ్ గ్లాండ్ లోనే ఉన్నాయి. ఓకేనా? సో కవరింగ్స్ రాసుకున్నామా? సబ్స్టెన్స్ పెరిటెడ్ గ్లాండ్ కి రైట్ ఉన్న కవరింగ్స్ of the parotid gland. So parotid gland is covered by the two capsules. Number one, procapsule. Procapsule and false capsule. Capsules. Coverings and the capsules are not there. Okay, na? Are you getting? Next, come to the nerve supply. Nerve supply. So parotid gland is supplied by the parasympathetic by the inner Brahma. Glossopharyngeal nerve. Okay. Next, sympathetic by the upper four segments. And upper four segments means T1, T2, T3, T4. Lateral horn. The lateral horn, there is the presence of preganglionic cell body. Ganglion kanta mundu unnadi. Okay, preganglionic cell body present here. Then it passes through the ventral root, enters into the mixed nerve, enters into the ventral rami, passes through the white ramus communicant. It doesn't relay the sympathetic chain. It runs above up to cervical ganglion. So in the cervical ganglion, it's relay. Then second order neuron starts from the superior cervical ganglion. Then supplies the parotid gland. Supplies the superior cervical ganglion. Second order neuron starts from the superior cervical ganglion. Supplies the parotid gland. Artery, superficial temporal artery, blood supply. Nerve, auriculotemporal nerve. को nerve बोल रहा है. Superficial temporal artery. It is the branch of. This is the branch of. क्या हुआ? बोलो. बोल गए. It is the terminal branch of the external carotid artery. Okay ना? ऐसा नहीं बोल सकते आप और अच्छा पढ़ते हो कि इसमें तो नहीं पढ़े तो कैसे? है ना? हाँ. Are you getting? Next. So ये पूरा लिखना है. देखो ये डायग्राम सारा है. First one ये डायग्राम लोकेशन के डायग्राम ये. Next ये borders का रिलेशन का डायग्राम. Next anteromedial posterior surface relation का डायग्राम. बस ये तीन डालना है. 1 2, 3. Tell us. So 3 diagrams draw cheyali content. So 10 marks. Are you getting? Next, thyroid gland. Blood supply. Superficial temporal artery. Superficial temporal artery is a branch of terminal branch of the external carotid artery. One break, 5 minutes. Take a 5 minutes break. We start the 10 marks question. Another 10 marks question is the thyroid gland. आज आज खत्म करने की कोशिश कर हो जाता है एक लोग अभी मिले बाकी है तुम अपन